This video presents a brief overview of topics in EVSP506 Restoration Ecology Week 3. Be sure to complete all assigned readings, complete the forum assignment this week, and submit the assigned essay. Week 3 focuses on ecological attributes of restored ecosystems. This video lecture will only highlight a few of the readings, so be sure to complete them all. Kuhl and Aronson, 2013, present 11 ecological attributes that we should consider in restoration projects. To start, they identify 4 directly attained attributes, which include species composition, community structure, abiotic environment, and landscape context. The authors suggest these first 4 attributes develop in response to biophysical actions of restoration, and they are deeply related to the structure and composition of the restored site. The second set of ecological attributes are emergent, meaning they develop through ecological structure and process, but they cannot be directly manipulated by the restoration practitioner. These 7 indirectly attained attributes include ecological functionality, historic continuity, ecological complexity, self-organization, resilience, self-sustainability, and biosphere support. Three of the readings this week focused on wetland restoration. Wetlands require specific hydrological conditions to ensure both biogeochemical cycling and the establishment of a suite of wetland species. Clearly, it is important to establish these projects from the bottom up so that hydrologic functions and soil quality are returned to the site. Wetland restoration has been done at least since the 1930s and is the most common type of project done in the United States, primarily in response to Section 404 of the Clean Water Act. This is why you will work on a case study related to wetland restoration, and many of the examples and readings throughout the course are focused on wetlands. Along those lines, if you are not familiar with Section 404 of the Clean Water Act, please take a few minutes to look it up. It is key to understanding the field, practice, and profession of wetland mitigation as practiced across the United States. Joy Ziegler has been working on wetland restoration of the Tijuana estuary for decades and shares the most recent news of recovery in a paper published in Restoration Ecology by Ziegler and West, 2008. When reading this paper, pay careful attention to the methods used to measure success, as well as the general plan for restoration that was carried out here, what worked, and what hasn't worked so well. Using the resources Florida Wetland Restoration Information Center, Global Restoration Network, Society for Ecological Restoration, and the U.S. Department of the Interior Restoration Program presented in the lessons, you will be able to access many restoration plans. Be sure that you find a project with enough information to answer the questions required in the case study assignment due this week. You do not have to select a case study from one of these sources, and you will want to seek out academic literature to support your analysis of whichever case study you select. Although not necessary, it may be helpful to contact project staff for an update on the project, especially if it is more than 3 years old. In discussion this week, consider the concepts of hydrology and soil as related to your selected wetland case study. Tell us where the project is located, who is in charge of the restoration, and give us a basic overview of the project. You may want to visit the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Natural Resources Conservation Service, NRCS, Web Soil Survey to get a feel for what the soils are or were like on the site, as most of the survey data are several years and even decades old. Specifically, in your forum discussion, address how the hydrology and soils will be restored or managed in this project. This forum discussion should inform your case study assignment, so post early to incorporate your peers' comments and questions into your assignment. The following references were consulted in developing this video lecture.